Hey, welcome to this edition of Homework Help with Mr. Roop. Today we're going to go over some real numbers and some properties of real numbers. And the first thing I want to tell you about is real numbers. Real numbers are the numbers that you've always heard of. They're the ones that you're used to working with. And don't worry about non-real numbers yet. We will introduce those at the proper time. But first we've got rational, which are represented with a Q. And so real are represented with R, and then we ran out of R's, so we can't use R to represent rational numbers, so they use the letter Q. And irrational, which are represented with an I. Rational numbers are any numbers that can be represented with a fraction. And so that includes a lot of numbers, even ones with repeating decimals like this. So if it can be written as a fraction, 2/3, then it can be a rational number. And that includes negatives. It includes all numbers that can be represented with a fraction. Irrational numbers are numbers that can't be written with a fraction. And they are always decimals that go on and on and on forever, such as pi. Pi is 3.14159, and then I lose track, and it just keeps on going and going forever. Same thing happens with the square root of 2. It's approximately 1.4142, and then it keeps on going forever and ever and ever and ever. So those cannot be written with fractions, so they are called irrational numbers. If it's irrational, it is none of the other names or identities that are going to be on this list. And so rational numbers keep on going, and if it's real and it's rational, then a rational number can also be an integer. So integer, integer. And integer is represented, since I is already taken for irrational, with a Z. Integers are numbers that are the counting numbers, including negatives. So if we went -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and so on and so forth. All of those are called integers. Integers are also rational, and rational are also real. After integers, we get whole numbers. Whole numbers are represented with a W. Whole numbers are positive. They have to be positive, but they begin with, they're non-negative, I should say. They begin with 0. So whole numbers include 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but nothing in between those values. Just like integers, nothing in between those values. Whole, the difference between integers and whole start with 0. They don't include any of the negatives. And then the last on the list is natural. Natural numbers, represented with an N. Natural numbers do not include 0, but other than that, they are like whole and integers. Natural numbers start with what we count with, 1. It does not include 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. So whole numbers are part of integers, and they're also rational, and they're also real. Natural numbers are also whole numbers, which are also integers, which are also rational, which are also real. Hope this video helps.